Today we're continuing the work on the S4. Now FCP Euro already has a very good video on this process. However, they are using a lift and they have a beautiful facility. If you're like me, you'll be doing this in the street, in your driveway, or in your garage. So this will be more in tuned to what you can expect. Now because this has an electronic handbrake, we need to first electronically retract the system and place it into service mode. So no need to start the vehicle, just turn on the ignition. And then I'm releasing the parking brake. I'm in gear, as you can see, so the vehicle doesn't roll. And then I'll be using the My Carly app to disengage the rear parking brakes. I have shown this app over and over again over the last few months. It helped me diagnose a faulty fuel gauge sender. I have a number of issues because of a bad battery. It has been incredibly useful. So in this case, on the bottom right, we have features. And then we see right here, brake. Let's get into the system. Okay, and then enter service mode. And you'll hear the rear parking brakes retract. Okay, and then I'll turn off the ignition here. And I'll be using the tire jack that comes with the vehicle. Now, if you're not using an impact to remove the lug nuts, no problem whatsoever. 17mm socket, 1/2-inch drive, and a breaker bar. And as always, I'll have a link of all the tools in the description box below. And once you have the tire off the ground, make sure you have enough room, or you leave enough room on the pinch weld so you can fit your floor jack. These inserts are absolutely awesome. Again, I'll have a link for these below. And we can see that the rear brake pad, look how low this is. So it's a very good time to replace it. On the rear, you find two. You have a 13 here and a 13mm here. And then you'll find a fastener right here, another one right here. So sometimes these will walk. In other words, when you remove this guy will also turn. So you can grab a 15, hold it in place as you turn this. But first, I'm just going to clean it up with a wire brush. And if you're curious, this is a 2011 model with a little over 182,000 miles. 13, light hammer, and just tap it. It's starting to walk a little bit, so 15 mil, hold this in place. And then over to a ratcheting wrench. Okay, there's your fastener. One more on the bottom. Okay, now just be a little careful when you remove the caliper because you have a harness connector in the rear. Don't want to break that. There we go. And then I have a bungee just keeping this in place. Super low. Wow. Wow, these are completely shot. And look at the difference here. Massive difference. Now, I do have a problem. I should have checked, but the new brake pads do not include the anti-rattle clip. So I'll need to remove the old ones. We can clean these. I'll spray some super clean wire brush and just clean them off. And that looks loads better. Okay. Now I'm also removing the pins here because I want to clean them off and apply brand new brake grease. Both pins are the same size, so they simply go right back in place. Then a little bit of brake grease where the pads meet the clips. So now we need to push the piston back into the bore of the caliper. You can use channel locks. I tend to like using a C-clamp. Now it's going to be a little hard to get everything on video here, but I just use a block of wood. Place the C-clamp on right there on the piece of wood. The other one will go back here. The main thing is you want to be on metal, okay? Not the plastic housing. Make sure you're on metal. and just squeeze in that piston. Just squeezing in that piston. Okay. Okay, that's perfect. There we go, it's a tight fit. And okay. And now I'm just torquing the wheel lugs to 90 foot-pounds. And then once you complete both sides, you need to leave service mode. As always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.